Hey, if you're watching this video, stick around for the end of this thing because you're gonna wanna know exactly all the reasons why I moved my real estate team to eXp Realty. So I'm about 14 days in this process. I'll definitely have some updates on this channel past that, so be sure to check in. I'll let you know how it's going around that 30, 60, 90 day mark with everything that's there. And I think one of the biggest things when we first started looking at even going over to a different brokerage was, is eXp the right model for us? We were looking at the Keller Williams as well, trying to figure out what that looked like. And kind of the biggest thing that I ended up taking a look at was, why not join eXp that was out there. So, my first couple experiences with some eXp agents, they were calling you and trying to talk you through all this revenue share and how that worked. And, the biggest thing for me and my team is how are we actually going to be able to continue to sell real estate and go to a new brokerage that's going to take us to that next level that's there. So, that's always been something that's really been important to us, is making sure that we're taking a look at the education that's provided, from whatever brokerage that we were going to go to. So, I think that's something that was pretty important to us, and just trying to really figure out that type of collaboration and the kind of that sense of investment that you would get from people above you and below you, making sure that you're sharing. So that was something that we were really, really looking for that was out there. So we weren't so much worried about the revenue share that's out there. We're still not worried about that right now at this point in time. That's there. So, I think one of the biggest things, that we had that we were taking a look at, again, is just mentioning that education, right? And really looking out for the people on our team, the agents that we have on our team, the clients that we're serving that's out there. One of my favorite business quotes is actually from Jim Rohn. I'm sure you've heard it before, and it says, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with. So we knew that we wanted to try to level up. At our old brokerage that we were at, we were always like one of the top teams that was there. So it was super important for us to say, hey, we don't want to just always be the top team that's helping other agents out below us, which is great, and we have no problem doing that. But we wanted to figure out how are we going to take our team to that next level that's there. So this is something that we were looking for. And so we started searching around, trying to figure out who that might be. This is when we first ended up finding the North Star Alliance group that's there. So in our upline, we've got some great people like Parker Pemberton. Their team is just doing unbelievable amount of deals. They're pushing 800 transactions, almost 300 million in volume that's there. The DeRoches as well that are there, they're pushing almost 400 some deals, 190 some million in volume. Tyler Miller, shout out to him, he's been super helpful. He's our direct sponsor that we've got and moving us up the ladder as well. So his team has been fantastic. Last year they did over 150 deals, almost 56 million in volume that's there. So one of the best parts that we liked about this was now we can go put ourselves in contact, with these high producers here in the Twin Cities, and our upline is awesome as well. We're part of the Fast Forward movement group, so we also do get access to everything that they do there. So pretty awesome to be able to be a part of the Kyle Whistle stuff that he's got going with his group too. That's there. So the biggest thing that I really liked is the collaboration. We get to meet a couple times a month. Once a week, we end up doing masterminds with the Fast Forward Movement group, and then after that we get on a call with our North Star Alliance group that's there, and we're able to talk through everything that's happening and what we're going to work on in our business and everything like that. So they've also done some pretty cool stuff as well, like some script battles. That was pretty fun to see here just in the last week or so that was there. So that's kind of the biggest reason why we were looking to move over to that was there. And like real estate has changed so much since I've been in the business. I started almost 20 years ago. I'm dating myself a little bit there, but one of the biggest things is just the speed of what things have changed here. Before we used to be meeting people out in a parking lot at nighttime at 10 o'clock to get signatures signed. Now all we simply have to do is load everything up electronically, send it off, and wait for signatures to happen so we get a nice clean document back. So with all this change that's out there, we know it's super important to make sure that we're connected and networking with the right alliance that's out there. So another big thing that we thought was great for our agents is just the revenue share, and we also like that because all of the sponsors that are above us, with the revenue share, the nice thing is whenever the company gets paid, they actually take 50% of the revenue and they distribute that between the 7 people that are above us. So the nice thing about that, it creates that win-win feeling for everybody. Our sponsors, it makes them more invested in wanting to help us excel and get to the next level. So I think that's one of the greatest things, having these top teams that are above us, willing to be able to share, collaborate, educate us, so we can just provide a better experience for our clients and also the agents on our team. So the other thing, just speaking specifically about the agents on our team, we've got a group of high producers as it is. One of the things that we really like is just being able to mastermind, like I mentioned before. So we get our own North Star Alliance group, our masterminds from there. We also get our masterminds as well from like the Fast Forward Movement group that's there. They do some awesome things. Like they've got like almost every single day they've got some kind of training that you can hop onto, which is great. I have jumped into a little bit of the eXp national stuff that you can do inside of eXp World. Seeing some stuff that was in there, like the icon versations that they have in there. Those are pretty awesome. Just to be able to hear from some of these agents who are doing 30 plus deals a year that are out there, and they're really kind of knocking it out of the park and willing to share what they're doing as well. So it's just a super nice model that they've got. The other thing that I like is, we get to buy company stock at a 10% discount. So it's something you got to sign up for. I thought that was nice to kind of have a little bit of that forced savings account that's there. And then, as far as having ownership in a company, it's not like a traditional brokerage where all the money that you're paying to the brokerage, you're not getting any sort of ownership that's there. So there are several different ways you can get company stock that's here. And I think that was something that was important to me and also the agents on my team. And then all of us just looking at an exit plan down the road at some point in time when we decide to retire and not sell anymore. It's kind of nice to know that we're still going to have some residual income coming in from that. So we thought that was super important as well. And again, that vested interest and really making sure that we're hanging out with the right group of people, making sure that we're going to be able to level up just like them. And that was why it was very important for us to go ahead and find that. So other than that, it's been a great experience so far. And, the 2 weeks that we've been over at eXp, a lot of stuff that we had to change over, but we've got our list set up and all ready to go for anybody who ends up joining underneath us too. So if you've been thinking about making this move, I'd absolutely love to talk to you.